What is up, humans? Welcome to another video. Today we are going to be talking about mindset. If you're new to this channel, please hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon for new videos. So growing up, I often subscribed to the idea of fate and that everything that we did was already predetermined. I would think that you were either intelligent or you weren't. You were either competent at a task or you weren't. I thought people were the way that they are and that could never be changed. In social and developmental psychology, this was known as the fixed mindset. The belief that intelligence and abilities were fixed traits. People that thought this way believed that if you were good at a task right away, you had a very high chance of mastering it. But if you weren't good at a task right away, you had very little chance that you would ever be good at it. These people believed that talent alone led to success and that effort was never required. So they would spend most of their time documenting their intelligence rather than developing it through learning. On the other hand, there's the growth mindset, and that was the belief that abilities, intelligence, traits could be improved upon and changed by putting in time and effort. These people believed that you could master something even if you weren't good at something right away. To me, it seems almost obvious which one is better. But if you asked me years ago, I didn't have an open mind, and I actually had the fixed mindset. So today I want to keep an open mind and look for the benefits of both mindsets, because there is a benefit for each mindset. In chapter 5 of the Advances of Social Experimental Psychology 2017, after comparing people who believe in the entity theory or the fixed mindset to people with the incremental theory or the growth mindset, it summarized evidence that the activation of an implicit theory creates motivated bias that privileges information that is consistent with that theory. In other words, once you believe in one theory, you would go through confirmation bias to find things to confirm that what you believe is true and correct. And when I first saw this, I was thinking, are you freaking kidding me? Is this real? Because that would mean that once you have one mindset, you would be stuck in that mindset for a very long time. You would basically be stuck in a perpetual loop, like a hamster on a wheel. But except for the fact that over time, you're gonna be building yourself a wall inside that wheel that traps you in there. And it kind of makes sense because I was stuck in the fixed mindset for a very long time. I actually don't remember how I changed my mind. Even though the very fact that learning in and of itself contradicts the fixed mindset, I was still believing the fixed mindset because I believed in fate. So let me tell you what it was like to have a fixed mindset. In the book Mindset, The New Psychology of Success by Carol Dweck, it writes that every situation is evaluated. Will I succeed or fail? Will I look smart or dumb? Will I be accepted or rejected? Will I feel like a winner or a loser? She also used the poker analogy that it was almost like trying to convince yourself and others that you had a royal flush when you were secretly worried that you had a pair of tens. And what was most interesting was that the people with the fixed mindset only cared about feedback about their present ability. They didn't care about how they could improve at all. They actually tuned that out. And this was me. I thought that if I didn't succeed right away and continue succeeding, I would basically fail and there would be no redemption, there would be no second chances, my life would be basically over. Everything would be the end all and be all of every situation. There would be incredibly high highs and incredibly low lows. So when I learned a new skill, the progression of that skill would be incredibly slow because I was afraid of not looking competent enough right away. Whereas that doesn't really make sense because once you're learning something, you're not going to be good at it right away for everything that you do. There are times where you're going to be really good and there's going to be times where you're not going to be good. Also, you may have a fixed mindset if you think you know something when it just makes sense after it's been put together. Because there is a difference between knowing something and understanding it after it's been put together for you. So the growth mindset is better, right? Well, in a 2015 research study, it said that when faced with failure, people with a fixed mindset wouldn't do as well in the subsequent task if it measured the same ability as the first task, compared to the growth mindset. But when faced with failure and the next task was different, the people with the growth mindset actually performed worse than the people with the fixed mindset. That's because the people with the growth mindset were too self-critical and thinking about how they could improve in the first task, and they couldn't perform well in the second task because they were too busy thinking about the first one. Whereas the people with the fixed mindset, didn't think this way. They never had any doubts about the second task because it was different. It wasn't the same as the first one, so it's measuring different abilities. And while both mindsets persist through challenge, the people with a fixed mindset need to feel that they can succeed in the tasks that they're doing and that their abilities will not be questioned. Otherwise, when they lack confidence, they'll avoid the task, procrastinate, and even cheat just so they don't look incompetent. Apparently, 40% of the population believe in the growth mindset, whereas the other 40% believe in a fixed mindset. There was 20% that didn't fit in either category. So having said that, why not take the best of both worlds? Why not think that you have limitless potential and that you can master anything that you want as long as you put in time and effort? But when you start and you're not very good at something right away, don't be too critical of yourself. Remind yourself that it is a process and that you need to go easy on yourself and don't be too hard on yourself. Now, obviously, I didn't really put this to the test, and there are times where I'm extremely critical of myself. And during these times of extreme criticism, I tend to look for help in other people that support what I'm doing. So I would look to other people to see whether or not what I'm doing is objectively better than what I did last time, like in my previous video. I thought to myself that that video wasn't good enough and that I shouldn't even upload it. But I didn't realize that people are comparing what you do and show to what you've done before, as opposed to what you know. Because I knew that I could do a better job and that I had more to say than what was in the content of that video. But people didn't know that. People only knew what I said before. So while I'm comparing myself to my own potential of being the best version of myself, people are comparing you to your past work. And at times that doesn't even matter because the progression is not linear. The progression is going to have ups and downs no matter what, based on the environment, based on the circumstances. It's always going to be different. So when you're not feeling motivated, always look to find the opposite. Always look to find the positive. That being said, I do need your help. So if you found this video useful and you think that it could help someone, please share it with that person so that they can see and improve and grow their mind. Also, if you haven't done in the beginning, please subscribe to this channel, give this video a like, and if you have any feedback or comments, I would love to hear it. You can comment below. Thank you so much for watching. I will talk to you guys next time.